Hey vinyl community, it's Michael. Welcome back to Near Wild Heaven. I'm going to jump on the vinyl tag video. So this is going to be my take on the vinyl tag. And what's playing in the background, this is a Brown Acid album. This is the 7th Trip. And the track that's playing is the first song on side B, Blizzard Peace of Mind. Really good stuff from the Riding Easy people. Okay, so we got vinyl tag here. I'm just gonna jump right into it. First up, let me turn this down. Okay, first up is favorite record bought in 2023, and that would be this. The Minutemen, Double Nickels on the Dime. This is a great album. I love this album. I've been playing this a lot since I got it. Really good. It's punk mixed with kind of a jazz feel to it, but it's so good. If you really like punk and you don't know about the Minutemen, check these guys out, especially this album. It's really good. It's the Minutemen, Double Nickels on the Dime. Next question. Last album bought in 2023, and that would be this. I showed this in my last video. This is the Hex Induction Hour by The Fall. This came out originally in 1982, and this is a 2016 reissue on Superior Viaduct. But great album by The Fall. I know they're not for everybody. They can be a difficult listen for some people, but I love The Fall, and this is one of their albums, one of their more accessible albums, I should say. But yeah, really good stuff. The Fall, Hex Induction Hour. And next question. The band or singer who released at least 2 albums in 1 year. Alice Cooper released this album in 1971, probably around March or April of 1971. Great album. A lot of people know this album. So love it to death. And then at the end of 1971, they released this album, Killer. And this is a Mexican press. It's called Asesino. So yeah, but yeah, this came out like the same year that Love It to Death did. But both of these are just great albums. I love the Alice Cooper band. All right, next question. If you could only listen to music from one decade, what would it be? Well, I was born in the 50s, in like 1955. I wasn't really aware of music until I got into the 60s, when I was like 7, 8 years old, especially when the Beatles came along in 64. But, so I would have to say the 60s, because that was the first decade that I really started becoming aware of music and really liking it. So I'm going to stick with the 60s. So next question, show a band from Manchester. I'm presuming that's Manchester, England. So the Smiths. This is Hatful of Hollow. This came out in, I think, 85, I think. This came out in England only originally after their first album, and it's a collection of BBC recordings, but really well done. And this also has the song, what is it? Oh, it's not on here. Oh yeah, it is. I'm sorry. The song on here is "How Soon Is Now," and when this album came out, this was the only place you could get that song until the U.S. version of Mita's Murder came out, and then yeah, then it was readily available. But before then, you had to buy this album to be able to get it. So there you go. Band from Manchester, The Smiths. Next question. Who did you listen to the most in 2023? Well, I really got into this band, Man or Astroman. This is a compilation. I'm not sure what year this is from, but it's a compilation of all their B-sides. So it's really good. But yeah, I'm really getting into this band in the past year. I've been trying to grab whatever I could find by them, and I got a few good albums by them. So yeah, I've been listening to Man or Astroman a lot this year. Next question, show 745s. Yeah, okay. I might show a few more than 7, but here we go. Rolling Stones, Let's Spend the Night Together, Ruby Tuesday. Pink Floyd, Pointing at the Sky. The Monkees, Pleasant Valley Sunday. MC5, Looking at You with Borderline. The Ramones, Sheena is a Punk Rocker. Someone I forgot to take that off. Doors, The People Are Strange. Beatles, Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane. Rolling Stones, Jumpin' Jack Flash, and Child of the Moon. Excuse me. Child of the Moon is a great song. If you don't know about it, check it out. It's on the second Hot Rocks volume called Hot Rocks and Faye's Cookies. It's on that album if you want to check it out. But yeah, a great song from Rolling Stones from 1968. Jumpin' Jack Flash with Child of the Moon. And the last one here, Sex Pistols, God Save the Queen from 1977. Really good stuff. Alright. So, next question. 4 people you would invite to an imaginary dinner party. I had to give this some thought, but I came up with Patti Smith, Nico, Iggy Pop, and George Clinton. And I picked those 4 because I think they're all 4 really interesting people, and they would make great conversation at a dinner party. So next up, a musician who passed away in 2023, and that would be Jeff Beck. This is a Holland issue of the Best of Jeff Beck on Columbia. This is like a compilation of his 60s stuff. There's a couple tracks on here that have Rod Stewart and Ron Wood on. Like, I've Been Drinking and Shapes of Things, the Yardbird song. But yeah, pretty good stuff from Jeff Beck. And Jeff Beck, R.I.P. 2023. Okay, next question. If you could only listen to music from one country, which one would it be? That's a hard question because I really love a lot of British bands. I like a lot of Australian bands, some German bands, but I'm gonna stick with the USA. So That's the one I'd choose, USA. Okay, the next question's 3 vinyl community channels you discovered in 2023. First one would be Lost Mixtapes, and then Soren Vinyl, and his friend, I think his name is Eric. He has a channel called Yesterday's Trips. Those 3 are really good, but also The Life of Vinyl, a gentleman from England, he's pretty good too. So if you want to check out any of those channels, Soren Vinyl, Yesterday's Trips, Lost Mixtapes, and The Life of Vinyl. But also I'm just going to throw in some of my favorite channels, the ones I watch a lot, and that would be Steve Carlson, Cosmic Vinyl, Dave the Pickup Artist, Rod the Happy Hippie Guy, CGC Vinyl with Christian, Take 444, and Blockhead. All those channels I watch a lot. I really like them. And there's so many channels out there. It's so hard to keep track of who's who and what's what. But every day, you know, you come across a channel that you've never seen before. And like I said, it's just so hard to keep up with everybody, but I do my best. So, okay, next question. Well, where was I at? Okay, number 12. Record you bought as a teenager. That would be Electric Warrior by T-Rex. This is from 1971. I bought this probably that year. This isn't the copy that I bought when I was a kid, but yeah, it's a great album. Always liked this album. Funny thing about T-Rex is in England, his home country, he was seen as like a teeny bopper artist because a lot of young girls really liked him. But over here in the US, T-Rex was seen as like an underground band. But either way, they're a great band. And this is one of my favorite albums by them. And I bought this when I was 15 years old. T-Rex, Electric Warrior. And up next, number 13, show a funk or soul album. And I chose Curtis Mayfield, Superfly soundtrack. This is so good. I really like this album a lot. It's just great. It's so much good stuff on here. Freddie's Dead, Pusher Man, Junkie Chase, Give Me Your Love, Eddie You Should Know Better, and the title song Superfly. A great soundtrack from Curtis Mayfield. This is pretty popular in the VC. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people have this. I know I've seen a few other people show this. But yeah, great stuff from Curtis Mayfield, Superfly. And okay, next question. A record that everyone has and nobody has. So the record that everybody has would be this. Of course, I don't even have to tell you what this is. But this is 2014 mono reissue, and I kept the shrink wrap on it. I don't want to open it up because I got like 3 other copies of this anyway. And then the record that nobody has, this is called Private Dancer is the name of the band, and the name of the album is Trouble Eyes. And it's pretty good. It's kind of just rock, maybe some kind of psych thrown in there a little bit, but it's pretty good. The guitar work on this is fairly decent. I can't really explain to you what it sounds like, but it's just good, decent rock. It's nothing really fancy or great, but it's pretty good. Private Dancer, the name of the band, and Trouble Eyes, the name of the album. Okay, number 15, female artist bought in 2023, and that would be the Runaways. This is a 2019 reissue. This originally came out in 1976. Great album from the girls. Great centerfold there. But yeah, great stuff from the Runaways. I saw them in 1977, and they opened for the Ramones, and that was a great show. But this album, I think I saw them for this album too. They were at a small club here in my hometown of Elyria. This is back like in, I think it was for this album. So it was like 75, 76. So yeah, great album from the Runaways, self-titled. And up next, favorite video posted and favorite video from others. So the favorite video that I did would be the 10 most listened to albums, and it's my favorite video because it has 5,500 views on it, so that's a good thing. And then favorite video from other people, I've been watching Jeff Wichter. He does a series called Deep Dives, where he takes like a classic album and does a whole episode on it, and he does a great job. I saw the one he did for the Who Sellout, and it was fantastic. He does a great job. He does great research. He uses film clips and everything, and it's just so well done. It's like a professional did it. I mean, it's really good. And if you haven't seen Jeff Wichter's channel or any of his deep dive videos, please go to his channel and check those out, because they are excellent. Okay, next one, show a 90s classic, and that would be Silverchair, Frog Stomp. This came out in 1995. This is a 2013 reissue. It's a double record set, and I don't know if it matters to anybody, but this is what the vinyl looks like. That's one record there. And there's the other record. But great album. I love this album. I mean, it came out at like just as grunge rock was kind of fading out, and it sounds a lot like Pearl Jam. It's got some Nirvana sounds in it, but still, I really like this album. I thought they were a really good band back then, and they were so young. They were all like 16, 17 years old when they made this album. So, great album. One of my favorite albums from the 90s, Silverchair, Frog Stomp. Okay. The next question, number 18. Choose a cover you'd like to be in. Well, I'd like to be in this cover. I'd like to be at Woodstock. I could be back there with that guy smoking a joint. Or I could do some skinny dipping. Or I could just get in the crowd and enjoy the concert. So there you go. And that's what I'd do if I could go into this album. I would go into this cover of Woodstock. And album that feels like a greatest hits. Somebody else showed this already, but I can't think of any other one. But the Cars, the first album. I mean, every song on here I've heard on the radio. I don't know for how long, but just great stuff. Good Times Roll, My Best Friend's Girl, Just What I Needed, I'm in Touch with Your World, Don't You Stop, You're All I've Got Tonight, Bye Bye Love, Moving in Stereo, All Mixed Up. Great stuff from the Cars. Probably their most commercial sounding album. Well, all their albums are really commercial, but this one's got a lot of great songs on it. So this one sounds a lot like a greatest hits. And that was number 19. Okay, last one here, an album from 1974. This is John Lennon, Walls and Bridges. This is an original, I believe, and it came with this, and this, I guess this was an inner sleeve, but it also came with this little booklet, a lyric booklet with all of his drawings and stuff in there. Really cool to have. But yeah, that's the album from 1974. So that was my take on this year's vinyl tag. Thanks to Rob Walker for starting it. This has been, what, 3 or 4 years now that he's been doing this, but he does a great job coming up with the questions. So that's it for now, VC, and take care, and I'll see you next week.